In this unit, I want to introduce you to a poem, and we're going to work it a little bit. It's by John Donne, and it has two titles, so I want you to be aware that it has two titles. It's more properly known as Death Be Not Proud, but because it comes from his books titled The Holy Sonnets, and this is the 10th sonnet in that book, it also is called Sonnet 10 or Sonnet X. You'll remember that I spoke to you about personification and why authors use it. To give away fear of our subjects that we don't know. We attribute human qualities to something so that we can help understand it better. Donne uses an amazing example of personification in this poem because he's doing something which is the purpose of personification. He's quelling his enemy, death, by personifying it. By making death seem human or having human qualities like pride, he decreases and diminishes the power of death. Death being the finality of all things, the blackness, the darkness, the abyss, the nothingness, the questions. What Donne does here is he changes death into something that's conquerable, which is fascinating. So he uses personification of death to criticize death on his qualities and also confront death on what it does. Instead of cowering in its face, Donne denies the finality of death by stating that will eventually be conquered and therefore should not be feared. This is in strong connection to his Christian faith and his faith in the body's resurrection. So let's look at the poem. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow, die not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure. Then from thee much more must flow, and soonest our best men with thee do go, rest of their bones and soul's delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell, and poppy or charms can make us sleep as well. And better than thy stroke, why swellest thou then? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die. You see how in the beginning of the poem, he addresses death as proud. This is one of the crucial flaws of man, no? Especially according to biblical tradition, which is what Donne is following here. So by addressing death as a man who is proud, he can almost seem like a conqueror of death. The death is underneath him, the same way that men is underneath God. What kind of a poem is this? Well, it's a sonnet. You've learned that there are two kinds of sonnets, English and Italian, or Shakespearean and Petrarchan. This one is a Petrarchan sonnet. If you look carefully at the rhyme scheme, and in your notes you should already have the differences between the English and the Petrarchan sonnet, you will see the rhyme scheme here. I'll do it for you in the first slide. Do a lowercase letter to identify the rhyme at the end of this line. This one has a different rhyme, so it assigns a different letter. Here, this rhymes with this one. Here we have A because it rhymes with there. And that's how you're going to follow the rhyme scheme. And if you continue to follow this rhyme scheme, you would see that it follows the rhyme scheme of a Petrarchan sonnet. Let's go to the last line again and see how he confronts death. Much pleasure then from thee much more must flow, and soonest our best men with thee, death, do go, rest of their bones, but soul's delivery. Death, you are a slave to fate, a slave to chance, a slave to kings and desperate men. You sleep with poison, war, and sickness, but poppy or charms can make us sleep just as well, and better than your stroke. Why be so proud then? One short sleep is past, and we will wake eternally, and death shall be no more. No death, you will die.